Houston. This is Sean Lacey, aka Ms. Officer. I am in the classroom today. I am not out and about. Kind of getting over, I think, a allergy or a cold. So please excuse my voice, but I still have some important information for you. Today, I'm going to share with you all about 3G offenses in Texas. That's 3G offenses in Texas. So please also share this valuable information with anyone you deem necessarily who can use it. Okay, this is mainly about 3G offense probation and 3G offense parole. But I'm going to let you all know a little bit about 3G offenses as I go. What is a 3G offense in Texas? A 3G offense is a special category of felony offenses that requires a person to serve at least half of their prison sentence before they come eligible for parole. So once again, a 3G offense is a special category of felony offenses here in Texas that require a person to serve at least half of their prison sentence before they become eligible for parole. Now, what are the 3G offenses in Texas? 3G offenses are considered to be the most serious or violent crimes that could be committed. This is why they are punished more harshly. These offenses used to be listed in the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure in Article 42.12 under Section 3G. This is why they became known as 3G offenses. So if you've been in any type of situation or you've talked to some people who already, maybe served some 3G time for 3G offenses, you hear that slang going around about the 3G offense or 3G. So, but that's how they became known as 3G offenses. But now they are listed in the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure under Article 42A point 040, point 054, Article 42A point 054. That's where they're listed now. They're no longer under the old section. Now, the 3G offenses include the following. So please listen closely. I mean, you may want to even come back and listen at this video and write this down. Because once again, these are offenses that are considered to be the most violent and serious crimes that could be committed in the state of Texas. And the sentences that usually go with these offenses are long, extremely long sentences. Okay, they are murder, capital murder, aggravated kidnapping, human trafficking, aggravated sexual assault, aggravated robbery, drug offenses involving the use of a child, or where the offense took place within 1,000 feet of a school or a school bus, sexual assault, injury to a child, elderly, or disabled individual, if the offense is punishable as a first-degree felony, sexual performance by a child, indecency with a child, criminal solicitation cases that are punishable as first-degree felonies, compelling prostitution of a minor by force, threat, or fraud, burglary of a habitation to commit a felony other than a theft. And the last any felony where a deadly weapon is used or exhibited before, during, or after committing the crime. Once again, any felony where a deadly weapon is used or exhibited, in other words, shown before, during, or after committing a crime. Now, like I said initially, even though I'll go back eventually and break these down, these different offenses and the probable cause for these offenses, but right now I wanted to say what the offenses were because this is mainly about the 3G probation and 3G parole. So let's talk about the eligibility for these two. Now, if an individual has been charged with a 3G offense in Texas, a judge generally cannot give the individual straight probation. Okay, so again, if you or someone you know have been charged with a 3G offense in Texas, generally you or that individual cannot receive straight probation from a judge. Okay, with the exception of some cases by where a jury recommends probation, but only after a jury trial. So the only exception is, and that's only in some cases, where a jury recommends the probation, but a trial must have occurred first. Now, this is exclusion. Deferred adjudication probation may be given by a judge. Now, the judge can't give straight probation, but the judge can give deferred adjudication probation. Now, the only way the judge can do this is if the court finds that it is warranted under the circumstances. Okay, so whatever the circumstances are that pertains to any of those 3G offenses that have been stated previously, if the court finds it is warranted for a judge to give deferred adjudication probation, then it may be given. Okay. Now, 3G offenses. Okay. Well, let's say this, non-3G offenses first. If a person is convicted of a non-3G offense, so anything outside of a conviction, anything that's outside of the offenses that were stated, that I already stated, a person is usually eligible to be considered for release on parole when their actual time served plus good conduct equals a quarter or 1/4 of their sentence imposed, or 15 years, whichever is less. So this is a breakdown. This is an example. Say a person is sentenced to 70 years, okay? 1/4 of their sentence is 17 and a half years. So you break 70 and a quarter, you get 17 and a half years. Now, since 17 and a half years is greater than 15 years, the individual, or if this is you, will come up for parole at 15 years. Okay? Now, here's the difference. If the individual is convicted of a 3G offense and is sent to prison, the person have to serve at least half of their sentence, or 30 years, whichever one comes first, whichever one is less. Okay? If the convicted person receives a sentence of less than 4 years, they must still serve a minimum of 2 years before they are eligible for release on parole. Here's an example. If an individual is sentenced to 70 years, half of their sentence would be 35 years. Okay? Since 35 years is greater than 30 years, the individual would come up for parole at 30-year mark. So, as you can see, the big difference with the probation parole eligibility. Um, Once again, non 3G, a quarter of your sentence, or 1/4, and you can be eligible to come up for parole. 3G, gotta do half. You're convicted and you're sentenced to prison. You must do half of your sentence. Okay, I just wanted to share that. If you have any questions, any concerns, anything you would like me to share more in detail, please leave me a comment in the comment section below. This is Sean Lacey, aka Miss Officer, signing off. Once again, I'm in a classroom. I will be bringing more information of this nature to you more and more and more as time passes. So if you know anyone who can use this information, please share. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe. Please follow. Please like. And if you have subscribed, I thank you. All right. Again, this is Sean Lacey, aka Miss Officer, signing off. I love you, Houston. Be safe. And please don't go out and commit no 3G offenses. Don't commit any offenses. But please definitely don't commit any 3G offenses. Bye, Houston.